Hey, kids.
This is a tasty burger. Burger.
Alright guys, so now that we've got our banana photos taken, or whatever your levitating food object is, or even if you're photographing a levitating person, we got to figure out how to eliminate the stilts and how to identify stilt damage and how really to just tune our image so that it's strong. So it's a good photograph, but also shows clean levitation ideas. All right, so I've got a couple different ones I want to work with here. I've got these two here. I want to see how they both look in Photoshop. One is underexposed, one is correctly exposed. Then you have an empty space here. So first thing I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to open up Photoshop. I'm going to hide that picture there. No. Shrink that down. So I'm going to go ahead and take this first one in. Drop it right there. Okay. And then the other two, I'm going to drop in as layers. So I'll hold down Control, select both at the same time, float it onto that, drop it in there. Yes, and yes. Now realistically, that one should be in the background, right? Because that's the background layer. So first thing I'm going to do here, rasterize my layers. And again, depending on the software you're using, you don't necessarily have to do that. I'm then going to come down here, I'm going to right click, and I'm going to duplicate my base picture. Okay, so now I have multiple bananas. I'm going to put my background here. So I've got banana, banana, background. Okay, so this is the first set of photos I want to edit. My second set of photos are going to be right up here at the top. Okay, let's see which one looks better. Okay, pretty much the same. All right, pretty much the same. So now one option that I have, this is a raw file versus a regular file. I'm going to grab that raw file, float it over Photoshop, and I'm going to drop it right up here at the top. Okay. And what that's going to allow me to do, you're going to see this is a raw image editor. The raw image editor allows me to make adjustments to if I was taking the photo again in its simplest form. Imagine if I took a picture and I was able to have every exposure, every white balance, and every, not every ISO, but a lot of ISO settings, all in one shot. So then I could go back through and readjust those afterwards in post-production. It makes a really, really big file, and not all computers can handle it. So first thing I'm going to do here, I'm going to increase the exposure just a little bit. I'm actually okay with this. So
Straight down.
Want that?
Walking down the street. Yeah.
25. Straight.
we could use this in my beginning class. Now I'm going to click Open Image. So I gotta think a little bit. It's a much bigger file. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab this background. Probably not going to need it. Drop it right on here. Interesting. I'm going to hold Shift.
Want that?
Walking down the street. Yeah.
Okay. Check mark. I'm going to right click, rasterize, and then I'm going to right click and duplicate. Yep. Banana, background, banana. Okay. So the easiest thing to do here, watch this. I'm just going to simply, I'm going to go through a couple things first. I want to, 1, edit out the stilts. 2, eliminate any stilt damage. 3, make it a good photo. So cropping, composition, color, shadows, contrast. I want to make it a good photograph. So oftentimes we forget that it actually has to be an attractive photograph if we're just focusing on the levitation. Now, if you're an intro student, really the levitation element in the editing is number 1. If you are an advanced student, you really do need to look at, is it a quality photo? Do I have all the aesthetics of a good photo present in this photograph? Framing, depth of field, controlled focus, controlled exposure, movement of some sorts, rhythms and patterns to really help make this a dynamic image. So let's go ahead and first off, let's get rid of all these sticks. Okay, so I'm actually just going to grab the eraser tool right here. I'm going to go to 100% opacity. I'm going to take the soft round just because it's very forgiving. I'm just going to start erasing. Okay. So now where that gets a little complicated there, you can see. So we're going to bring this one up just a little bit more. There we go. That should be lined up now. We'll find out here in just a second. I just wanted to line up the background. We'll know here real soon. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. Now I'm going to switch over to a hard brush. Now, I like to get really precise. The good news is the banana is the same color as a stick, so it works out pretty well. Hold on here. Check the time. 7 minutes. Perfect. There we go. I'm back. Yeah, all right. Good. So now I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to zoom in even more. Right down here. Now, there's plenty of lazy editors out there. I have been lazy in editing way more than I'd care to admit. So I want to just challenge you guys to really do it right. So I'm going to shrink this down a little bit. And again, I'm just really, when I talk about lazy editors, I'm just going to edit out the stilts here. So now where this gets tricky, guys, look at this. There's a reflection inside the banana right here. So I've got to get rid of that reflection and bring banana over here. So I'm just going to work on getting rid of the stilts first, because I am going to have to recreate banana to hide that. So again, first step, just get rid of the stilts. Get rid of those guys. To use the hotkeys whenever I'm zooming in, so just Control plus if you're using a PC.
Straight down.
Want that.
Walking down the street. And
25.
So here's the split in the banana right here. The banana split. Oh, the old ice cream joke coming in handy. Anyways, I digress. I've got to get those out of there. I need to zoom in just a little bit more. Really make sure I get all those details cleaned up. Again, at the moment, we're just removing the stilts. Then we're going to go through and take care of any annoying pieces of banana that have stilt hiding in them. An easy one here. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Straight down.
Want that.
walking down the street. And
25. Straight.
So this is a tiny little piece of stilt right here. It's going to take some cleaning to just adjust that. So I'm just going to go ahead, get rid of that right there.
Straight down.
Want that.
walking down the street. And
Sometimes you forget what you're looking at.
25. Straight down.
Want that.
walking down the street. And
You also want to make sure whatever edge you're creating, you're really making a nice clean edge that is believable texture-wise. Oh my gosh, look at those stinking sticks. Would be a good idea just to photograph some slices of banana that I could put those edges on there and do even less editing, but we're going to work with what we've got here. You see my focus is off just a little bit. So I've got this kind of funky background here that's smooth compared to what I took with the banana. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of work right there. to make sure that we get that all figured out.
25. Straight down.
Okay, so not bad. We do need to get rid of those sticks that are still hiding in there, but pretty successful. Now there are some other pieces of stick that is hiding, so I'm going to want to get rid of those as well. So we've got some stick right here. Now for this one, I'm going to grab the Band-Aid tool and just see what happens here. Cool. The Band-Aid tool, not a great edit there, but we're just going to roll with it. The Band-Aid tool predicts what would be there if we get rid of that object. So sometimes it's really good, sometimes it's really bad. Get rid of that dot. That's not bad there. Okay. So now let's try the Band-Aid tool on these and see if we are successful. I can't imagine we will be, but boy, that would be just fabulous. So we're going to use the spot healing tool. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to pick up some of this stick reflection. Pick up some of the banana right there. And moment of truth. Hey, that's not too bad. Oh, now that is bad. Okay, so now for this little section, I'm going to actually, on screen, I'm going to merge these two layers together. What is that mess over there?
25. Straight down.
If you know, and there's comments available on this video, you can let me know, but I was not sure what that was all about. There we go, good. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and merge these two together. Control, right click, merge layers. So those are one layer, right? So those all function as one layer now, which is awesome. That's going to allow me to do some different things here. So I'm going to go back to my healing brush tool, and I'm going to get rid of this little seed pocket. There you go, get out of there. It's a little banana-esque looking, good deal. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to right click and I'm going to use the healing brush tool. All I'm going to do for that, I'm going to hold down Alt, and I'm going to show you guys a couple different techniques. I'm going to hold down Alt. I'm going to pick this banana edge. I'm going to take that banana edge, put it right there. Not great, don't like that. So now I'm going to go ahead and grab the spot healing brush tool. Use that to smooth it out a little bit. There you go. I'll take it. I'll take it. So the healing brush tool you'll say, hey, I want this part of my picture to replace this part of my picture. And it takes this and calculates what it would look like if it was over that section. Sometimes it works great, sometimes it works horribly. The spot healing tool just kind of goes, it uses what we call content awareness. It says, what would be here if that thing you just clicked on wasn't here? So I just showed you the healing brush tool. I'm going to show you one that's a little bit harder to use, okay? This one, we're actually going to build the missing banana. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab this right here. This is the, what's it called? The selection tool. I'm going to select some banana. Actually, let's do this here. Select, deselect. I'm going to use the quick select tool. Okay, there's banana selecting. There we go. Got my banana. Control C, Control V. I have a banana piece. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to do Control T. I'm going to move this down a little bit. Well, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out. Yeah, just say, okay, whatever. Boom. I'm going to get rid of the banana chunk I don't want. So I know what I can't work with here. Just going to erase that out. I like to click every once in a while. I can just hold this down and erase it, but if I click and let up, it makes my undo process a whole lot easier. Okay, so I did that. And now I'm just going to take this part of the banana here. Let's go with that part. Control T. I'm going to rotate this. Try to match it up with that piece of banana as best I can. Right there. Hit OK. Now I'm going to go up to, I don't know if you're going to have this on Pixlr. I'm going to do transform. I'm going to do distort. No. I think you'll have distort. It's going to allow me to do some slightly different edits there. I'm going to hit OK. And then I'm going to do image or edit, transform, warp. This is one of my favorites. You can kind of pick pieces of it to manipulate. There we go. Hit that. Now I'm going to grab my eraser tool. I'm going to put it on diffused, or what we call soft brush. I'm going to take my opacity. Well, I'll keep it at 100 at the moment. So again, build in a banana. Get rid of all that business. Again, sometimes the healing brush tool is all you need, and it works wonderfully. Okay. Now I'm going to take my opacity, turn it way down here. I'm just going to use this to kind of blend our fake banana that we just made into the old banana. Hear lots of clicks. Now if I hide it, there's a stick. Bring it back, there's no stick. Now you can still see a little bit of the stick there. So watch this. I'm gonna right click. I'm gonna duplicate this. What are we doing? Right click. Yes. There we go. Awesome. So what that did is I just made it, I doubled the thickness of it so that my over editing there would not overly expose the stick. Let's work these edges here. Okay, right click, fit on screen. All right, that seems pretty believable. Now it is missing the little center of the banana, but you know what? We're gonna roll with it. Who cares? I mean, maybe you care. I don't at the moment. Okay, zoom-a-doo-doom-doo-doom-doo-doom. So that was one option. One option was the healing brush tool. The other option was cut and paste and move and twist to hide those stilts. Now, I thought the healing brush tool worked very well. So that's what I'm going to use here, but watch this. Oh, calm down. Oh gosh, it's just going right there. So I'm going to take and do the healing brush tool. I'm going to click right here. I'm going to hold Alt. It's going to allow me to take that. Come down here. And I'm going to go to this layer. Now I'm going to come up here, hit Alt from this layer. Alt. So see, I've got my little stamp here. Coming back down here. And I'm going to try to just use the healing brush tool to make a banana part that's missing. Now I'm going to hit Alt. I'm going to take this portion right here. Come back down here. Not bad. And now I'm going to right click over here, get the healing brush tool, and I'm going to just see, there you go, love it. So you kind of make it a little messy here. I'm going to healing brush tool this out. Boom. Ah, great tool. You say, Mr. Reeds, I like Pixlr, it's real good. Yeah, Pixlr's good. Photoshop's the key. Watch this, ready? Ain't got no time to be making a layer. Bang. Oh, well, that didn't work as much as I was hoping it would. Undo. Let's do this. It saw that little notch there. Well, I got a plan, y'all. I got a plan. Okay. Oh, that got worse. Here. So now I'm going to come back up to this layer here. In fact, this time though, I'm going to quick select tool. Okay. Control C. Scroll down here. You Control V. Paste that sucker. Hey, get down here. Come back, banana.
25 25,
Oh my gosh. Let's undo what just happened.
25,
Okay, settle down. Oh, jeez. There you are. There you are, you stinker. Get down here.
25,
Banana down here. Let's bring back that banana, and that background. Okay. I want to add a little bit more banana shape to this, some of that banana texture. Okay. So, I'm going to use transform warp. Take that out a little bit. Ka-chow. Okay, grab the eraser tool. Get rid of this mumbo jumbo. Hey, what are we doing? Don't know that extra banana laying around. Okay, grab the arrow tool. I'm just gonna click that over a little bit. Now, hopefully that doesn't look too much like the banana up there. Hey, there we go. All right, so now I have got myself a banana picture. Worked out pretty good. So I'm gonna crop this here. Rotate that. We're gonna do 8.5 by 11. So 11. It's kind of your standard format. Think about my rule of thirds there. Okay, now I gotta ask myself, do I want to keep the shadow? I kind of like the shadow over there. Banana shadow. Okay. Now we're gonna move it over here. Less banana shadow. We're gonna do this. Put that banana piece on a PowerPoint. I'll raise it up just ever so slightly. There it is. Check mark. Bing. All right. File. Save as. I'm gonna save it as a Photoshop file, just so I can always go back and edit if I need to. Hit OK. I am also going to save it as JPEG. File, save as. JPEG is what we would print. If you guys are in class, you do get to print it. So it's my final one. It's on the desktop. Save. Hit OK. So now let's take a look at the original and this one and see what we get. Okay. No, I'm not going back and edit that one. All right. So here is the original. All right. Original. The original one. Okay. And the new one. Original. New. Original. New. Kind of fun. All right, guys. So, good luck. Edit those pictures. Make sure you're making it look like a completed photo. Do a good job with that photo. Make it have a photo aesthetics. Think about rule of thirds, composition, texture. Think about contrast. Think about color, vibrance. All those things that make a good photo. Can't wait to see what kind of cool edits you guys make. Have fun.